Hello, my name is Rayleigh Hendricks, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Autodesk Inventor to design basic shapes and forms. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Autodesk Inventor, which I already have open, so we're going to pull that up. And so this is the icon down at the bottom of the screen. You can see this, but this is what the home screen is. And the actual program I'm using is called Autodesk Inventor Professional 2021. And so this is what it looks like when you open up the base system. And so you can see down here all the different things I've made. But basically what you can do with Inventor is you can make models and prototypes of pretty much anything you can think of using basic 3D shapes. So you can see basic models for lots of different things right here, and then drawings that I've made of those through this. But just for today, we're just going to show you how to make a single basic part using just two pretty easy steps. So we're going to come right here to part, we're going to go ahead and click this. And this is going to pull up our base screen. And so right now you'll notice the base screen is completely empty, but we can change that real quick. So up in the top left corner, these are all the tools we can use, but right now we're just going to be using the 3D modeling tools under Create and the sketch tools, and then this tool right here, which is called Start 2D Sketch. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And what that does is it creates our 3D plane, the XY plane, the YZ plane, and the XZ plane. And so these are our planes we're going to be working with. Obviously, since it's a 3D shape, it has 3 planes. We're going to go ahead and select the XY plane. And so it opens up this blank space that we can use for drawing. And you'll notice it immediately pulled up the sketch section as opposed to the 3D model. And so that's what we're going to use first. So I think to start, we're just going to make a cube. We're going to come up here to rectangle and drop this down and hit 2-point center. And what this does is it allows us to make a rectangular or a square based on the center point, which you can see right in the middle, and then the side length. So the center point is going to be centered on the origin right in the middle. And we're just going to make this a 6 by 6 cube, or actually just a square right now. So you can see it's just a square, perfectly even. So we're going to go ahead and hit Finish Sketch up here on the right side. And so now this two-dimensional sketch that we've made exists on our plane, but obviously it's just 2D, so we need to make it 3D. So we're going to go over here, and you've noticed it switched back from Sketch to 3D Model, and we're going to select Extrude. This is going to be the only tool we're using under Create right now. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. And what this does is, in an Extrude, it allows us to make this sketch into a 3D form. So right now it's 1 inch thick, but let's go ahead and make it 6 inches so we can make it just a perfect cube. And we're also going to make it symmetrical. Instead of coming off of that plane, we're going to make it centered on the plane. You can see the plane line right in the middle of this. This just makes it a little bit easier to work with. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. And so the origin, the 0, 0 point, is actually in the dead center of this cube, which makes running this a lot easier. So right now we just have a cube. Not a lot going on here. Still pretty cool looking. But honestly, we could do so much more with this. So that's what we're going to do. Let's start with some basic shapes. So we come over here and we go back to our sketch, and we can draw on any of these planes of the cube, any of these faces, and then turn those drawings into 3-dimensional forms. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and hit Line, and I'm going to select this face right here. And so here's what we're going to do. Make a line, and we're going to go from the very center point directly here. And then we're going to make another line from this center point directly here. And lastly, another line from the center point here. So that just kind of gives us some reference points to work with. So I'm thinking for this, we're going to go ahead and just cut off the corners. So to do that, I'm going to make some lines between the edges right here. So between all these points, we're just going to make some lines. And so boom, we can actually go ahead and exit out of this, and we're going to delete these extra lines because we don't need them anymore. So what this does is now we've drawn pretty much a sideways square on the side of this. But right now it's just a sideways square drawing. As you can see, it's done nothing to change it. So we're going to come back to 3D Model, and we're going to hit Extrude again. And this time we're going to select these outer sides right here. Can't see that last one. There we go. So we've selected all 4 of them, and then we're going to come in here, and we could just make it extend out, but instead I'm going to cut it. So to cut it, I'm going to come right here. So before it was on this section where it says join, this time we're going to hit cut, and so you can see it's cut right through the shape. And I don't think I want it to go all the way through. I think I just wanted to go part of the way through. So we're going to hit 3 inches, and then we can hit OK. And so what this has done is we've basically just cut that section out of our shape, as you can see. So it's super duper easy. You're probably thinking, all right, what else can we do with this? That's pretty cool, but what else? What else do you have? So we're going to come over here, we're going to come to this side, and this time we've done some basic lines, and we've seen how rectangles work. What about a circle? Oh, circle, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and select this plane again. It's opened back up the drawing screen. And we're going to center the circle on that axis point. And we're going to make this, let's make it 2 inches wide. So we've got a 2-inch wide circle, and then we can hit it finish sketch again. And then it opens the regular modeling face back up. And we can hit extrude again. And we're going to cut through it again, but this time we're going to cut all the way through like that. And we can go ahead and hit OK. And so now, if you notice, there's now a hole in the middle of our shape. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. And lastly, we'll just do one more just for the heck of it. We're going to come back to sketch, circle, and hit this again. We're going to select this right here again, and we're going to make this one 3 inches wide. We're going to hit finish. And lastly, extrude. And we're going to make that come out. Well, that didn't work too well. What's up with that? We're going to make this one just go in 1 inch. And so now what we've done is we've created basically what is a socket bit. So there's a small hole that doesn't go all the way through, and then the large hole that doesn't go all the way through, and then a small one that goes all the way. And obviously, we've just done a couple shapes here, but what you can see with just those 2 tools, the sketch and the 3D model, is I've created a pretty complex 3D shape with lots of different features. And so that's what Autodesk can do, is using all of these different tools, you can create incredibly complex shapes to represent anything you really need. And so we can make models for engineering, for architecture, for well, just really anything you want. So yeah, that's how you use Autodesk Inventor to make basic shapes. Thank you so much for watching.